So why? Why would these nations be doing this to their own citizens? Well, the answer is here. This is the answer. The answer is because the people in power are being abandoned by their citizens. I'll focus here on the US. The Democrats are being politically slaughtered. They have lost all favor with American citizens. And because of that, they are compelled to import replacement humans to serve as the foundation for political power for the failed Democrat Party. Look at this graph, just a few numbers here to share with you. These all came out this weekend.
4 months of the Donald Trump presidency, that you expect that Democrats would have this massive lead on the economy. It ain't so. It ain't so. The party that is closest to your economic views, in November of 2023, it was the Republicans by 11 points. Now it's still within that range, still within that margin of error, plus 8-point advantage for the Republican Party. How is that possible, Democrats? How is that possible after all the recession fears, after the stock market's been doing all of this, after all the tariffs that Americans are against?
After all the brainwashing that the mainstream media, including, of course, CNN, has been running relentlessly, continuously. What about the price of eggs, Mr. President? All this nonsense, all this Chicken Little, the sky is falling on the economy, everything's going to crater. That's all these people, these news agencies put out there in people's brains every single day, every hour of the day. And yet MAGA still has a double-digit lead. Keep in mind, the GOP sucks too. So it's not like they're awesome, but even as compromised as the GOP is, Americans still favor them by double digits on the economy over the Democrats. That just tells you the dire straits that the Democrats are in.
Republicans still hold an 8-point lead on the economy? Are you kidding me?
This is new CNN polling.
Yes.
How is that, when we look for trends, how is that trending with other data that you're pulling in?
Yeah, if it was just this one CNN poll, that would be one thing. But take a look at Reuters Ipsos. What do we see here? Party with a better economic plan. Well, in May of 2024, just before Donald Trump was reelected president, Republicans had a 9-point advantage. Look at where we are now in May of 2025.
A year later, a year. And of course, it's only a little over 100 days since Trump has been sworn in. But May 2025, now the GOP has a 12-point double-digit lead over the Democrats on who has a better economic plan in the view of American citizens. Did you know that in all 50 states, self-defense law, not gun law, but self-defense law, uses a simple 5-element test to see if your use of defensive force was legally justified? And that same test applies no matter what state you're in or what tool you use to defend yourself. If you're missing even one of those required elements, however, you've made yourself an easy conviction for an aggressive prosecutor. My name is Attorney Andrew Branca, and I've worked more than 30 years as a self-defense attorney. Every state has seemingly endless, complex pages of laws regarding self-defense, so complex that many top criminal defense attorneys rely on my expert analysis to help win self-defense cases for their clients. If the legal code is that complex for lawyers, how can a citizen gun owner expect to know or even follow the law, especially when a life or death situation has triggered a massive adrenaline-fueled mandate to make that fight or flight decision right now? It seems daunting. Yet I created a simple but powerful framework that has allowed me to serve the legal community and countless American gun owners to simplify this legal complexity into just 5 elements of self-defense law. And you can learn my 5-element legal algorithm I use to consult on and win with the top criminal defense attorneys all over the country to protect law-abiding gun-owning citizens from making innocent legal missteps that land them in prison. Now, with a simple read or listen, you can install my 5-point legal framework so it acts as a sort of muscle memory defense to protect you from losing your rights when you choose to defend innocent human life. Click below to get the latest edition of my book, The Law of Self-Defense Principles, for free. I ask only that you help cover the shipping and handling cost to get the book to you. This is a debacle for the Democrats. And they'd already lost. They lost the House. They lost the Senate. They lost the presidency. They maybe have some reach in the Supreme Court. And of course, the federal judiciary is overwhelmingly behind the progressive fascist woke DEI failed Democrat Party.
The advantage actually went up by 3 points. Now Republicans have a 12-point advantage when it comes to the party with a better economic plan. And again, this is after months of supposed economic uncertainty in which the stock market's been going bonkers, in which the tariff wars that Americans are against have been going on. And yet, despite all of that, the Democrats are down by 12 points on the economy. This speaks to Democratic problems on the economy better than basically anything that you could possibly look at. The Republicans still hold an advantage.
Anybody old enough to remember Bill Clinton saying, "It's the economy, stupid"?
On the all-important key issue of the day. And that is the reason why, even if Donald Trump's approval ratings are a little bit lower than they used to be, Republicans are not out of the ballgame because they still have a clear advantage on the economy, whether you look at CNN's polls or whether you look at the Ipsos poll right here, in which they have a 12-point advantage on the economy, Kate.
And also in the CNN data, it does show that Republicans are gaining ground in an area that is key relating to all of this, which is when it comes to the middle class.
Yeah. You know, historically speaking, which is the party of the middle class, has been a huge advantage for Democrats. I have polling from NBC going all the way back since 1989.
Look at this. This data illustrates the utter collapse of the Democrats as a political party.
When Democrats had a 23-point advantage, 2016, a 17-point advantage. But by this decade, we already started seeing declines back in 2022, where you saw that Democrats led, but only by 4 points, well within the margin of error. And now in our latest CNN poll among registered voters, which is the party of the middle class, it is tied. This, I think, speaks to Democratic ills more than anything else. They have traditionally been the party of the middle class. No more. Donald Trump and the Republican Party have taken that mantle away, and now a key advantage for Democrats historically has gone adios amigos, and now there is no party that is the party of the middle class. Republicans have completely closed the gap, Kate.
All right. There's a lot of messages and a lot to be learned from these numbers and this data. It's good to see you, Harry.
Nice
Thank
to
you
see you,
so
Kate.
much.
She looks so sad, doesn't she? She looks so morose. Imagine how happy she would be if the data was reversed for the political parties. I got a little more data here I also wanted to share with all of you.
Mr. Leader, you brought up polls, so let me tell you about.
For those who don't know, of course, the woman on the left is another CNN talking head. So thoroughly progressive woke DEI. The gentleman on the right, Jeffries, Hakeem Jeffries, is of course a Democrat politician.
A new one that just came out here at CNN this morning. It shows that only 19% of Americans say that your party can get things done. 36 say the same about Republicans. And just 16% say your party has strong leaders. It's pretty rough.
16% compared to 40% for Republicans on who has strong leaders. I mean, these are 2-to-1 advantages for the GOP, which admittedly sucks. They suck too. But they suck so much less than the Democrats. They have a 2-1 lead on these. This is why the Democrats are fighting tooth and nail to bring in millions, tens of millions of illegal third world migrants into the U.S. Because even if these migrants don't vote, and we know that many of them do vote illegally, even if they don't vote, their mere physical presence is counted in the census for purposes of apportionment of House seats. The Democrats have 30 to 40 House seats they would not have but for the presence of these illegal migrants. Thanks for watching this highlight segment of our full-length Law of Self-Defense live stream. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to give us a like and subscribe for more expert analysis on politics, law, and how to be hard to convict. And to watch the full-length episode of this show, just click right here. Stay safe.